This is Raider for On the Radar Entertainment Blog, coming with another edition of weekly baseball box scores and observations from all the games watched, all the box scores read. So the Yankees are continuing to bat DJ LeMahieu leadoff and Judge second when DJ LeMahieu won a batting title, batting second, and Judge the power hitter. You want them at the middle of the order. And some days I'm looking at this lineup and I'm like, the 6 through 8 are not that impressive. You need to bat Judge third and LeMahieu second so that the rest of the lineup is good. And Duar playing left field, I know you want to get his bat in the lineup, but you have enough outfielders. And speaking of those outfielders, Mike Tauchman, he's just all or nothing type of guy. I wouldn't want him batting leading off either, nor would I want Luke Voigt to bat second when he's a power guy. Hicks batting third, I kind of liked how he's batting leadoff or towards the bottom of the lineup, but like him batting third, I don't really fit that. The Red Sox, Pilar leading off this time. He's not the world's greatest hitter. Benintendi's been leading off. Also, don't kind of like that. Put him second. I don't understand how Vasquez is batting before Mitch Moreland or Michael Chavis. Devers batting second now that JD Martinez is not. Don't like that. It's him, Martinez, and Bogart. Those are your three power guys in the lineup. You want to keep those guys batting 3, 4, and 5. DHing Vasquez, he's known for his greater defense. And Peraza thought when he left Cincinnati he wouldn't have to play the outfield anymore. Well, Red Sox played him in left field. Weird. Braves still batting Acuna leadoff. And sometimes him in center field, Duvall and right, and Austin Riley in left. Austin Riley's your third baseman. Donaldson's gone. There's no need to play anybody else. Nick Markakis is now back, so there's no need to play Adam Duvall in right field ever, and you still have Scott Schebler on your roster. And there's no point of batting Inciarte 8th or 9th. His best value is leading off. Only thing with the Mets is, don't like when Rosario's leading off. That's the only part of the lineup I don't like. Tigers, still batting Jonathan Scope second. They batted Harold Castro 5th when he played. That's not a power guy. Jones is still batting less despite being a good offensive player. There was only one time Scope batted 4th. A little bit too high, maybe. And then between Reyes and Castro batting 1 and 2, keep the formula you have, and Nico Goodrum leading off. Mercer played first base. That's not his position. Reds are still batting Votto second, except for now Moustakas is batting second. Or Nicky Castellanos. Like, they don't bat second. These are power guys. And Nick Castellanos is still playing right field. Nick Senzel's still playing center field. And they're still playing Moustakas second when you have a DH and you're wasting it on Jesse Winkler or Christian Colon. They're not DHs. Colon's a utility player. Winkler's a backup outfielder. I understand that. Farmer's the natural-born catcher. Seeing him play up the middle is kind of weird. Second base and shortstop. And then one day Kirk Casale, the backup catcher, batted 5th. It's a little bit too high. And Van Meter should only be playing first base, left field at DH, not second base. That's where Christian Colon comes in. He should be playing second base. Don't understand Choi leading off. And Christian Adames batting third. Or Yanni Diaz leading off. Choi and Diaz, you're in their lineup to power guys. Brassaro, when I see him play like second base in the outfield, I'm like, he's a first baseman. But it's also you have too many guys that he's playing. Then I see him playing third base too, and I'm like, it's a stretch. Now Meadows leading off. He was a middle of the order hitter for them last year. I don't get that. And Jalen Beek's still in the bullpen. They got to start this guy, see what he has. They got him as a piece in a trade. They might as well use him. Royals, I always cringe when I see Whit Merrifield play center field. The most right field, still like, I have to get used to that because he's not really an outfielder. And I don't get batting Soler second when he's your big power guy in the lineup. Salvador Perez playing first base. I know you want to keep him fresh, but you can DH him. And McBroom playing him in right field, which moves Whit Merrifield center, and I don't really like that. The White Sox order of Robert now leading off with Moncada and Abreu, and as I said, move everybody down one. You can bat Robert second with Anderson out. You can bat Moncada third, and you can bat Abreu cleanup. Moves everybody down, and you bat Leor Garcia leadoff because of his ability to get hits and get on base. He's a contact hitter. Twins, if Max Kepler's not leading off, it's Garver, and I just don't understand that. They fixed it now with Donaldson not playing, with Polanco batting second. Because I didn't like how Polanco was batting third and Donaldson was batting second. In some of these lineups, I'm like, wait, your 6 through 8 is horrible. You should be batting Kepler 5th or 6th because he's a guy who can easily 30 home runs in a regular season. And I don't get Araz or Marlon Gonzalez batting before Sano. It was nice to see Marlon Gonzalez is playing a lot of infield this week. That's where he belongs. Indians are still batting Ramirez second when he's one of your only power guys. Freeman getting started at shortstop and batting 5th. To both of those. He's not really a shortstop, nor do I want him in the middle of my lineup. And then this Johnson guy. Why are you playing him when you have Zimmer, Allen, Santana, Franmil Reyes, and now Delano Shields is back, and we got Mercado. He's playing nobody instead. Rockies are still David Dahl leading off, Blackman third. Blackman's been a leadoff hitter most of his career, and Dahl's a middle of the order guy for this team. They're wasting the DH spot on top of you. You have Matt Kemp, you have David Dahl, use it on them. Seeing Garrett Hampson and Chris Owens in the outfield, I want to see him in the infield. That's why you got both of them. At least with Chris Owens, he's a super utility player. He's not that bad. I've seen him play center field before. Padres, batting Profar 4th and 5th. They're playing this Cronenworth guy who's a natural-born shortstop at first base. That you hear that it says shortstop, and he's playing first base. I know Hosmer's injured, but Josh Naylor's not a natural-born outfielder, and Will Myers not a natural-born outfielder. One of those guys should be playing first base. Or if you want to get Mejia's bat in the lineup and have Austin Hedges behind the plate, that's what you do there. Machado batting second some days, pretty stupid. Craig Garcia batting fifth, pretty stupid. That's not where they belong. The Pirates, you think with the DH would play Moran or Bell at DH, but they're wasting some times with Jose Ozuna, the utility player, who has played first base, third base in the outfield. They would play Moran or Bell, and then you would play Tucker, JT Riddle, Eric Gonzalez, Kramer, and Newman in the infield. Nope, they're playing this Evans guy I never heard of, and then they even play him in left field, and I see Tucker playing center, and I'm like, and then those plays where he's playing right field, he didn't get the ball in time. It's like, you're embarrassing these young infielders, just keep them in the infield. Cubs don't like the Bryant leading off, Rizzo second, Baez, Schwarber 1 through 4. That should be your 4, 5, 6, and 7 hitters, right? I mean, your 3, 4, 5, and 6 hitters, not that. They Victor Caratini guy. One day I see him catching, one day I see him DH, and one day I see him playing first base. He's your backup catcher. Stop wasting your DH on that. Use Kyle Schwarber, use Souza, use Jason Kipnis, use somebody. And then Bodie leading off one day, and Bryant playing left field, he had an issue playing right field. That's one reason I don't think he would re-sign with them, because you keep playing in the outfield and batting leadoff, which are not things that Chris Bryant wants to do. Astros still with Springer playing center field and leading off. I've got to use that, but it's just not the best. And Brantley's batting cleanup, and I guess that's the only place to put him. But if you did a normal lineup, he wouldn't be batting cleanup. And then the Angels, Estella playing first base. Fletcher playing right field and Ward. These are infielders, Ward and Fletcher. They should not be all over the outfield there. Trout batting second still. Don't like that. Goodwin batting cleanup. Don't like that either. Josh batting third. A combination of Rendon, Ohtani, Upton, and Poole should be the heart of your lineup. But nope. Giants, they got this Slater guy. He's there for offense. So is Flores. They should not be batting leadoff or second. And Solano is a utility player. He should be batting second or eighth in this lineup, not third. Rangers, Sincher Chu's playing the outfield, despite the fact that they said, oh, there's a reason why Sincher Chu's not playing left field or right field on a regular basis, because he's a DH. We want to keep him healthy. They're paying him all that money. And I've seen a lot of him in left field when it's like, come on. You're playing Joe Gallo in the outfield where he's not a good outfielder, and you're even playing him in center. You're playing utility player Danny Santana in the outfield, and he's not even an outfielder. They're playing Todd Frazier at first base, despite the fact that Greg Bird's hurt and Ronald Guzman sucked. They're playing catcher Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at third base. Just keep Frazier at third base and maybe put Gallo at first base, something like that. They're wasting the DH because they've been batting Rob Refsnyder at DH. He's not a DH. He's a super utility player. The Yankees tried at every position because they didn't have room in the lineup. DH should be Chu, Gallo, and Todd Frazier, not Rob Refsnyder. And again, Willie Calhoun's not a number 3 hitter. Mariners started seeing Tim Lopes in the outfield and DHing when he's second baseman. Lewis batting the middle lineup. I thought he's more of an all-around hitter. And seeing D. Gordon and Dylan Moore. It's one thing to play D. Gordon in the outfield because you're paying him. He's a veteran. But Moore is a utility player. They should just not have to play. And then there's nobody's playing left field and first base. That takes away bats from the other outfielder. It takes away bats from Evan White or Daniel Vogelbach, who has been batting 8th. He should be in the middle of the lineup. He's a power guy. And Austin Knoll, the catcher, should not be batting second. And Shed Long should be batting 6th. Now the A's, Laureano batting third one day. Didn't really like that. Canna playing center field or right field. His position are left field or DH. It's one thing if you give Chris Davis the day off and you DH Canna, that's fine. But they wasted one day DH this Brown guy who can definitely play all 3 outfield spots. Don't really like the Escobar batting 4th, but I kind of got over that. And then they're DHing Itamar Vargas, who's a utility player, which is a waste. You got Jake Lamb, you got Christian Walker, you got David Peralta, you got enough guys, you got Stephen Vogt, that one of those guys should be DHing instead. Then you got the Dodgers who can't win with them. Max Muncy's either leading off or batting second when he's a power guy, or he's batting second. And they play Rios at first base instead of just playing Bellinger there. Matt Beattie playing the outfield. Like they one time Cody Bellinger played first base, but that was on a switch in a game where he moved around to a bunch of positions. Pollock playing center field once was nice. Pollock leading off once was nice, but then he was DHing until it took away from that. And Bellinger going back to playing center field when that's not where he belongs. O's, they wasted a DH spot on Pedro Severino, who's also a waste of a roster spot for them. Rio Ruiz, the utility player from the Braves, who's really a third baseman, first baseman, DH, Playing him in left field's a waste because you got so many young outfielders. Play them. Batting Santander second is stupid when he's middle of the order hitter. Also, Severino should not be batting cleanup. He's a bottom of the order hitter. Then they're wasting the DH spot on Chance Sisco. Chisco, Wynn should be the catchers. No Severino. Dwight Smith Jr. DHing or batting cleanup is a waste. Iglesias batting third and DHing is also a waste. Should be batting second or at the bottom of the order, man. He and Santander should be switching. Phil's, they're wasting the DH spot with Phil Gosselin. Neil Walker, understand he's there for his bat. You DH Brewster McCutcheon, they're veterans. I get that, but I don't get the Phil Gosselin DH or like Kyle Garlick or stuff. Come on, you have Jay Brew, just use the DH spot on him. Segura at third base is stupid when he's only been a major league middle infielder. And again, Andrew McCutcheon and Reese Hoskins are power guys at this point. 20 home runs to at least 30 in a regular season. Then batting 1 and 2 when Segura, Gregorius, Kingery, and your center fielders all are contact hitters. I don't understand that. Brewers, Brian Healy batting leadoff. I don't really like that. I know Lorenzo Cain opted out, which is why them playing Avi Garcia in center field is stupid. Ben Gamel, natural-born center fielder. Brock Holt, he's had a lot of experience playing the outfield. Eric and Broxton they can call up. And the other thing is, what position did Mr. Yelich, Christian Yelich, play for 1.5 seasons in Miami? He played center field. He's an athletic. He's an all-around player. And if you're going to just start Ben Gamel in right field for the heck of it, just play Ben Gamel in center, Avi in right field, and Yelich in left. But if you're going to DH Avi, put Yelich back in right field. And Eric Sogard is not a shortstop. It's interesting how Brock Holt and Jed Jerko have more career innings as shortstop than Eric Sogard. And he made an error, of course. Then you got the Jays who, Grichuk was gone for a bit, and then he came back in DH, but he's playing center field, and I'm tired of this. You got Alfred David, Billy McKinney, Derek Fisher, and Teoscar Hernandez, who was playing center field for them, all can play center. He's in right field. You signed him to an extension because you want him as the stability as a veteran outfielder in the middle of the lineup, not center field. Gurriel, he's also in left field. You got enough guys in the outfield. And John Birdie, with all the COVID stuff, it's nice that they're batting him in the middle infield. And then Diaz opted out, but not playing him in the outfield. You need him in the infield. But yeah, thanks for listening to another edition of Weekly Baseball Observations for Box Scores and Highlights. For other entertainment blog, I'm Raider. See you guys next time. Thanks for listening to week number 2.